Right, this is going to be a quick video to show how the progress is going on my update to skyscrapersim. I've suddenly felt inspired to work on this game. I haven't worked it on years, but I've just got around to doing this. And I'm just updating it really, and everything about it's going to be updated. So this is the home screen. When you click on skyscrapersim, this is the first screen you're going to see now. You've got create and explore, you've got the buildings, random buildings, that is going to be updated. Hand code buildings, that's also going to be updated. So create and explore, new building. It goes to here. This part's going to be changed. Do not like this part at all. I'm going to completely overhaul this bit. A simple building, and it looks like this. So let's first by drawing the area. That's 30 metre by 30 metre. Let's keep it in scale. A lot of people just draw big buildings like that. Like it doesn't work if you do it. You just get a weird looking building. Plus also, this is going to have the concrete support. So a concrete frame building, you get regular concrete supports throughout your building. I'm going to add those into it. So if you draw a big area like that, it'll be more realistic with all the structure being built around it. Also, another thing I'm going to add to this is I'm going to add also brick buildings. Brick buildings are going to have actual bricks of walls around the outside. When you add manual windows, because at the moment just draw this and the window is just the texture. When I add the final thing, it's going to have 3D windows that can all open individually, so it's going to have proper windows around the outside rather than just the texture. So I'm adding quite a little bit more detail to this. So anyway, this is the building here. Let's go up to floor number 1, which will look like that. This is going to be a repeat of the ground floor, so import from our floor. Are you sure you want to import it? Yes, I want to import it. This will copy contents of the floor from floor 0 to floor 1. Also, we can go floor settings. So on floor 1, how many feet do you want to the ceiling? Let's have it high ceiling for a change in this floor. So let's have a 20-foot high ceiling. What's the name of this floor? This is called first floor. Let's just call it upper mall. That's that. Now let's go down to your ground floor and let's add some settings to that. How high do you want the ceiling? 10 feet. What do you want the name of the building? Let's call it the name of the floor, lower mall. Now back up to your first floor. Let's now add an escalator. So there you go, create escalator. Got escalators, travelators, stairs and ramps. Escalator, what colour? I want it to be metal. What direction down? From the current floor, how many floors shall it descend? It's going to descend 1 floor. Create. Now this, you always have to put the escalator at the position on this upper floor. So it's going from floor 1 to ground floor. So to place the escalator, I have to place it from floor 1, and then it will descend down 1 floor to the floor below, which is the ground floor. Let's click rotate to rotate the escalator. Let's put 1 escalator like that, and also let's do one facing the other way. And that will look like that. Now with that said, I'm now going to also do the up escalators. So create escalator, and now an up escalator, and I create the up escalator for that one, which is going to be ready to get exactly in position like that. Then I'm going to rotate it and get the up escalator for the other one. So we've got 4 escalators. Now we need an atrium, which is easy to do. Draw atrium, and then you have to draw it exactly so it all matches up correctly like that. Now let's add some lifts to it. So for lifts, I can just create a lift like this. Now I do not like this at all. This bit is going to be completely overhauled and updated. This is not good enough. All the lifts look crap in this. All the lifts need to be completely changed. Literally, this program looks so outdated. I'm trying to update it a bit. And what sort of lift shall I have? Let's have a 1980s Otis. Yeah, 1 metre a second. What's the lowest floor? 0. What's the highest floor? 1. How wide do I want it? Well, it's going to be in the Z-axis, this. So that means the Z-axis has to be bigger than the X-axis to rotate the lift so that way. So the X-axis is going to be 7 foot. Annoyingly, it's in feet. This is going to be updated to meters because this is American built game using silly American measurements. That needs to be completely changed to metric, but for now it's in ridiculous American measurements. So 14, because I want the Z-axis to be longer than the X-axis, and I want 2 lifts in the shaft. So now the 2 lifts are going to be placed in that direction. So now I cannot create doors on the north and south walls because the lift is in the Z-axis, because there's 2 lifts in the shaft placed along the Z-axis. So that means I have to create my doors on the west and east side. So I put a door that side, then on this side I'm going to put a glass wall and buttons. Well, that is, yeah, so I'm going to have it as a glass lift like that. And let's draw some inner walls because buildings look a bit rubbish without inner walls. So let's go ground floor. Let's draw a nice entrance like that. Yeah, it'll look a bit better like that. Then we can add a door which will look like that. Put a revolving door in front of it, and let's add some inner doors on that. Okay, and that I think is about ready. So now I can click preview. I'm going to start positions there. Now it loads it straight into the simulator as soon as that happens. Now, so it's no longer having to copy cross code from the creator to the simulator. It's all built as one individual thing. It took me a long time to code that, by the way. I've been sleepless nights working on this. This is still work in progress, so lots of bits of this are not yet ready. Ignore that as bits that aren't yet ready. This very much is work in progress. This is just a little update of what I've been doing. There's your revolving door. Let's get through the revolving door, which spins round and you go in. Looks like that. Then we've got the escalators positioned just how I positioned them, which look like that. Got an up and down escalator there. Let's go to the up escalator, go up this. And now there's a problem here, which is work in progress, everyone. There's an invisible wall, which I don't actually know how to get through. How strange, is an invisible wall still there? I am going to definitely work on that to work out why on earth there's an invisible wall in the game. Obviously this is work in progress, it's nowhere near ready for release, so we'll find out why it's got that problem and then that'll have to be updated. It's weird. When I tested it earlier it didn't have that problem. Now let's take a look at a lift, so we can now lift surf these lifts. So now if I call the lift and then if I open the door while it's moving, the lift stops because I opened the door while the lift was moving. Oh, but it calls the other lift up. That was good because it noticed the other one didn't manage to get to the floor. One thing I've always struggled on this is adding in those door frames like that. I'm not entirely sure how you get door frames to work on this, but yes, it's the work in progress. So let's shove this onto inspection. I'm going to have to alter these switches a bit because these are a bit dodgy. The things I said in my previous video about the game, I actually had someone very kindly help me out by reverse engineering this game because the game had problems on it. The source codes available for this game are for very old versions. I need to update these versions. Oh, well, that's another bug in this game. This is quite temperamental in some of this, so let's ignore that bug. Yeah, no bug. Again, this is just an update. At no point is this a finished product at all. So now we can surf it. So go and up. Lift will go up. Stop the lift. Go down. Lift goes down. Yep. That is all working correctly. Obviously loads of bugs need fixing because it's still work in progress, but over the next month or so I'll iron out all the bugs, hopefully get this all working with all of the different features. So if I go off this back to the creator, most of this works. I'm going to add loads of different objects to the game, so as well as this is going to be used to like make your building, then you just import for your 3D objects. That should all work nicely. I also have signs, so you can create signs. I'm going to create other things like shop fronts, maybe fire alarm systems, just all sorts of things you want in your building. This isn't meant to create necessarily a completely perfect 3D model. This is meant to get the working structure of the building created. Then once you've done it, you can then import your own 3D models into the building and make it look like a really nice building. So if we now exit the editor, I don't want to save that, so take it to there. You can create an explorer, you can go to any building, you can then run the building or edit a building. This obviously all looks like that if you're editing the building. Just a random creator. I'm going to add loads more random places. I'm going to have like random city based in London, random city based in Germany, random city based in Emirates, New York. Just have a random city generator do it. Just update it. Hand code is obviously all your hand coded buildings. That's pretty much all there is to it. But apart from that, there's going to be loads more features added. So that's just a little update. This is going to be at least a couple more months till this is released, but it's just an idea of what I'm working on.